Well, good morning, everyone. How are you? It's me. It's Chris Spade over at Keller Williams Realty. Let me adjust this a little bit. There we go. I want to make sure that you can see me and you're not just catching the top of my head. So, it is Wednesday, which means it's bathroom chats. And this, for you guys that don't know bathroom chats, this is the time where I get into my bathroom and I start getting ready for work, and we talk about what is going on in the real estate market, so you can get some sort of idea of what's happening beyond the headlines. So some of you know that I used to be a journalist, and so I try to bring you these headlines that are a little bit beyond what you see in the media, because depending on what you watch, it can be skewed. So let's talk a little bit about what is going on in the real estate market. And right now I want to start with inventory, because if you have just recently bought or you are in the process of buying a home, you know that inventory is very, very low. In fact, if there is less than a 6-month supply of inventory, you are in a seller's market. And if you are in a 6-month supply of inventory or longer, you are in a buyer's market. Well, we haven't been in a buyer's market for a long time. In fact, there is way less than 6 months of inventory. There is approximately 6 days of inventory. I mean, in some markets, it's just crazy like that. So if you're in the market to purchase, hold on, I'm going to do my upper lip. This could be dangerous. Okay. Sorry. But if you're in the market, stay the course, because honestly, it's not going to get any better. And don't get too disappointed if you get beat out on offers. But let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers, because I think the numbers are important. So as of this morning, about an hour ago, I pulled these numbers. And right now, in all of San Diego County, and we are just counting attached and detached properties. So this doesn't include manufactured or mobile homes. It is just attached and detached properties. There are 1,266 homes on the market. So again, hold on. I gotta get around my beauty mark. There, I think we're done. 1,266 houses on the market, which is nothing. I remember several years ago we were talking about 4,000 markets, or 4,000 units on the market as a low market. And now we're down to like 1,200. So that's nothing. So now of those 1,266, 898 of them are single family detached homes. And of those 898, 28 are only under $500,000. So our inventory is really challenged in that first time buyer market. And so when you look at the $500,000 mark, you're looking at generally 1-bedroom condos. And so that's in all markets across all of San Diego County. Now, when you look at single family, that was single family detached homes. When you look at condos, there are 366 condos. So the 898 was single family detached homes and 28 single family detached homes under $500,000. Of the condos, there are 366 condos around San Diego County, with 127 of them under $500,000. So that is not very much inventory. And so when I made the mistake earlier when I said those were 1 bedrooms, in my head I was thinking condos. So of those 28, you can expect those single family detached homes to really likely be fixers in this market. In fact, a reporter I follow on Twitter posted a picture, I believe from Realtor.com, and there was a house in Barrio Logan That was an absolute fixer for $500,000. And when I say absolute fixer, I don't even think it had a kitchen in it. I just briefly looked at the pictures, which, really gave me pause. So the inventory is tight. The bottom line is if you're looking for a house, stay in the market, stay the course. It will get better. It's eventually going to get better. Last week, we had 1,133 houses on the market. So we're starting to see trickle downs happen. I met a friend for coffee, ran into an agent who's listing a condo in Bankers Hill. So stuff will come on the market. You don't have to worry about that. It's coming. Also, now let's talk about inflation for a second, because inflation is important. Now, keeping politics aside, inflation hit 7% in December, which is the highest it's been since 1982. So, and that was, that is the highest that it was, on record since 1982. So it's been a long 40 years that inflation, has been that high. So, highest has been since 1982. The biggest increases and contributors to inflation, obviously, has been energy and gas prices, but it's also been rents. Rents have gone up considerably, and then used vehicles, because of the supply chain issue. So that has been a big contributing factor to inflation. Now, central bankers are saying inflation is expected to fall in 2022 to 2.6%. So that's the good news, that inflation is expected to go down, and it's expected to go down to 2.3% by 2023. So this is a good thing. Now, let's move forward to rates. Rates. Everybody's talking about it. Rates. So I think we're going to start to see a slowdown in prices when we start to see rates go up, because when rates go up across the board, and yes, mortgage rates will go up too, that they're expecting, the Fed says they expect to have 3 rate hikes this year, with the first rate hike coming in March. So we can expect these rate hikes to start taking place. So if you are in the market, stay the course. It's tough right now. It's not going to be easy. How do you find a house if you're not finding a house? Because I have some clients, I'm still looking, and I'm still doing one of the things I'm going to tell you right now. You have to find hidden inventory. There's inventory out there, but this requires us as realtors going the extra mile to do our job, and that includes reaching out to sellers, contacting sellers, using social media, putting ourselves out there, which is these things that I do all the time, becoming a community market leader, an influencer in the community. You need to be working with an agent who's going to be an influencer in the community. If they're not an influencer, then it's going to be a lot harder. And so and when I say influencer, what I'm simply meaning is that they have to be willing to go the extra mile. They have to be willing to, send out mass mailings to an area that you're looking in. They have to be targeting their advertising to, to help you find a house. So there are plenty of off-market properties out there. We're contacting old expireds, old cancels. That's what we're doing. I'm doing for a lot of my clients. But the bottom line is, stay the course. You might pay a little bit more for the house now. You might have to put a little bit more money down, but I guarantee you it's still going to be cheaper for you to buy the house now and put a little bit more money down than it is when interest rates go up and you pay more for the money that you're borrowing. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me. I'm here. I want to be your resource. 619-818-2992. I hope you're all having a great day. Have a great week. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I know a lot of people getting sick right now. Be healthy, guys, and love you all. Hope to talk to you soon, and I will see you on next week's Bathroom Chats. All right, everyone, take it easy. Have a great day. Bye-bye.